Hello YouTubers, I've decided to fit a tail tidy to my Suzuki GSX S1000. I think, to be honest with you, it's crying out for one. You've got these nice squat look of the bike, all neat and compact, and then you've got this blooming great big rear fender that looks like Brighton Pier on the back of the bike. So I've bought an Evotech tail tidy kit. This is it. Comes beautifully packaged, and the kit is absolutely superb quality. And that is the complete kit. They include a rear reflector. Whether you want to use that or not is optional, but you'll probably need it for the MOT. As far as I can make out, tools needed, Allen keys, 6, 5, 4 and a 2mm, 10mm socket, spanner. Not sure on the size of the spanner yet. That's to undo the nuts on the rear indicators. I think it's probably going to be a 12mm, screwdriver and some crimps. That's all the tools as far as I can make out. Oh yeah, and of course, if you're British like me, you can't do anything without a cup of tea or a cup of coffee in your hand. The instructions don't come in the kit. You have to download them off the Evotech website, and I've just printed them out, so I've got all my instructions there. So, simple enough to start. Remove your rear cowl or rear seat, and then you can remove the rider's seat. Right, with the seats removed, you've got these cable ties here, and you can release them. And what you can see, there's a little tiny tang there, and if you just gently pull that up, and they'll release. Same there, little tang, just pull it up and they release, and they're nice and slack. There we go. Okay, so what you've got to do is locate these 3 wires. They're all colour coded. You've got a black connector, a grey one, and tucked away down there there's a white one. You've got one for the rear number plate light and 2 for your left and right indicators. If you just lift again that little tang there, they should, there you go, the release. So we've just got to do that on all 3. I could only see one of these connectors. The other 2 were buried underneath the main wiring loom. So you probably just have to lift that up and have a little look underneath, and you'll find them. Right, next we go underneath. I've got a bit of light on it so we can see better. You've got 4 bolts. I've already slackened them off. There's 2 there, and then get out of the way of the light. There's 2 more tucked away up here. There's 1 there and 1 there. I hope you can see that. Okay, try and move the light a bit better. 4 bolts, so we've got to remove them, and the whole rear assembly can be pulled away. Right, with all 4 10mm bolts removed, the whole thing is loose and ready to come away. What we've got to do now is ease all the wires through. They're all loose, and we've just got to feed them through, and the whole thing should come away. Wires all clear, and that just all eases through. Bit awkward because I'm doing it one-handed. And there we go. Looks better already. Next step, lay the unit flat on your bench, and then we've got to take out these 5 Phillips screws. 2 there, 2, and then 1 there. And then this inner section will come away and we can release the rear indicators. Right, with all 5 screws out, that cover just comes away, and it's a 8mm spanner, and we can undo the nuts that hold the indicators, and there is also a little cable tie that needs snipping. That's awkward to do one-handed. There we go, little cable tie, and that'll just release the wiring. Next stage is to mount the indicators into the tail tidy. Important thing to make sure is the drainage holes. Hope you can see that. There's a little cutaway in the lens that is to let out any water should it get in there. Make sure that that goes to the bottom. You can see they're actually recessed to accept the indicator in there, which is really nice. I think it just helps provide a really good seal when that's all tightened up. So I'll go ahead and I'll get the next indicator in there. Right, that's the rear indicators mounted onto the tail tidy. Threaded the cables through the hole there, and with the supplied cable ties I've just anchored the cables down. There's just 2 holes where the cable ties go through, all nicely recessed, very neat. So we'll move on to the second part of the tail tidy, which is to fit the number plate light, which is LED, which is nice. I've just got to fit that onto there and just route the cable through. Right, that's the number plate light fitted to its bracket. It's secured with the 2 2mm hex screws, and I've just fed the wire through the hole. The next stage, we've got to feed that wire up through the hole into the tail unit of the bike, and then that is secured, picks up on those 4 holes there, so that'll sit up there. Right, that's the number plate light bracket all installed. As you can see, it's all held in by 4 6mm Allen bolts. I've threaded the wire through. Show you inside. You can see that's where the bolts come through, and there's the cable. Right, on to the next stage. Right, the next stage is for the tail tidy to be fitted up to there, and you can see it's actually shaped to fit into that recess, so it'll be really nice and neat. But it's all I've got to do first. If I can balance that on there, a bit difficult one-handed. I've just got to, if I come out of the light, I've got to thread these cables up through that hole there to follow, oh, sorry if I'm wobbling around a bit, follow the number plate light through there to the inside, and they should have come through. There's the number plate light here, and here's the cables for the indicators, like that. So I'll just get that bolted up. It fixes up. There's 2 bolts go through there, and then one at the back that locates here, and these 2 actually locate onto there. So it should look really, really neat. Pleased with this. Right, that's all that secured into place. You've got a single M5 by 16mm Allen bolt there, and then there's 2, if I can show you, up underneath, 2 there, they're M5 by 10. So that's all bolted up, and I must say I'm really, really pleased with that. So on to the next stage. That's all bolted up into place. 3 bolts to secure that. There's a single M5, let me move my light, M5 by 16 that goes here. That screws up into the number plate light bracket that goes underneath, and then just here you've got 2 M5 by 10 that locate into that part of the number plate light bracket. So that's all nice and solid. Thing you've got to watch doing this part is that you don't trap any of the wires. Easy done. As you can see, they've all come through there nice and neat, nothing trapped. So on to the next stage. Right, that's all the wires passed through. You got your left and right indicator wires. Obviously they're the originals, and they are colour coded. You've got a black and a grey. The number plate wire is a new one, number plate light wire. You have to put a couple of bullet connectors on, and then what they supply is a new connector, so that goes in to the original number plate light connector. So there's no messing around with the bike's original wiring. You're not got to go cutting connectors off. So basically they connect up to your new bullets, and then that end goes into the original connector, which I think is nice because I don't like chopping around with the bike's original wiring, especially as the bike's new. That's all the wires passed back through. Don't forget to tighten up all the cable clips. It was a little bit of a fiddle getting the wire through for the number plate light. So what I did, I just, because there's 2 wires, there's 2 ends, I taped the ends together, and that seemed to help. There's quite a lot of wire for the number plate light. Sorry, move the camera into the right place. There's quite a lot of wire, so I've just coiled it up and put a cable tie around it and just took that out of the way. And the indicator wires, obviously they're unaffected, they sit up there, just push them out of the way. If your rear number plate light doesn't work, just swap the bullet connectors over. I've just had to do that because it's LED. They're polarity sensitive, so that's just worth the mention. So I found the black wire goes to the white and black striped wire, purple to black. I got it the wrong way round and my number plate light didn't work. And there we have it, all finished and done. I must say, I think it's really neat, really neat. Very pleased with the quality of it. The quality is superb. Certainly looks a whole lot better now. Tidied that rear end up no end. In fact, I would say the rear end is almost as pretty as that one. Anyway, thanks for watching, YouTubers. See you soon.